Because on this winding road, it is easy to lose your footing and to be ambushed by the enemy. And those with whom you look to help you, you've discovered that they are so busy caught up in what it is that they're caught up in that they don't have any time to pause to treat your wounds. They don't have not even the word to give you to tell you that everything is going to be all right. But God is not going to leave himself without a witness. The priest might pass by and the Levite might pass by. But God is going to send your way somebody that's going to pause and have a word for you. God is going to send somebody your way. I don't know if you know this, but when you're traveling down this road, friends will leave you. People with whom you have had confidence in all of your life, who promised that they would be with you, have now walked away from you. And it always happens at the point when you need them most. Listen, this is what Jesus said. Jesus says, when you've done it to the least, you've done it unto me. And so when you want to know who's my neighbor, it's not just that person that's sitting next to you, that's living next to you. It is that person with whom life has beat up. And God purposely, because I believe God orders our steps. And I don't believe that we accidentally are put in a place where we see the human hurt of somebody on the face of somebody. And when God gives us that opportunity, it is not ours to walk away from that responsibility. We are under moral obligation. And in the name of God, we've got to stop and do our best. And when you've done it to the least, you've done it unto me. Have you walked past somebody lately who really needed your help, who really needed your counsel, who really needed your advice? Or maybe they just wanted you to sit there with them just for a moment. But you got so busy you had to get to church, had to get to choir rehearsal, had to get to ministers meeting, had to get to poetic praise, had to get to ushers meeting. Don't want to be late. And that which we have been called to do, we left undone on our way to a meeting. Lord, I mean no harm. But then we have the audacity, wave our hands and sing, by and by when the morning comes. All the saints of God are gathered home. Tell the story how we overcome and understand it better by and by. Lord, thank you for delaying your coming. Thank you, because you would have placed before us all of the many opportunities that you've been given to minister to the hurting, and how we were so busy dressing ourselves up to get to church, to do church, rather than to be the church. I'm tired of doing church. Do I have any help in here? I'm tired of doing church. I'm tired of doing church. I'm tired of fighting with church people. I'm tired of cliquish church members. I just want to find a way to give God my best. I'm beat down by the office. I'm tired of looking like a priest. I want to be a priest. I'm tired of talking church. I want to be the church. I'm tired of walking church. I want to be the living incarnational expression of Jesus Christ. I want to be what God was. The world is hungry for the living bread. Lift the Savior up for him to see. And he said, and I will draw. I'll go to my seat with this. That in the text, help comes from an unlikely source. And there are two surprises in the text. And the first surprise is that the wounded man didn't receive help from the ones we thought were going to help him. That's the first surprise. That we thought that the priest and Levite would have paused to help him. And we are surprised that they didn't. One of the responsibilities of the Christian church is that we quit surprising people by not helping them. We need to quit being surprised that people find their place here. People who have been wounded, and wearied by life. People who've been challenged. It doesn't bother me, but it bothers too many other people that crackheads find their way here. Heroin abusers, child molesters, fornicators and adulterers find their way here. And we've got this false image of what the church ought to be like. We think it's a museum to house saints, when really it's a hospital for sinners. All of us have been hurt in some kind of way, and we find ourselves here wanting to know, is there a word from the Lord? And so I'm here today, and I don't have any pretenses. I'm here today, faithful and faithless. I'm both. Sometimes I got a feeling that everything gonna be all right, and sometimes it feels like the storm ain't gonna never pass over. But God has blessed us to be here again, and he sent some help back. And the help had not come from the person that you thought it was going to come from. The help has come from an unlikely source. The Samaritan that's sitting on your pew, that don't look like they paying you no attention. But at the end of worship, you discover that somebody always gets in your way, because God put them there to tell you you're not by yourself. I'm praying